And we are back. Couch Company Podcast. I am John, and with me, as always, Tyler.
Hello, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you ever told a girl you love them and they said thank you?
Ooh.
Is that like top 5 worst things,
No.
worst responses?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's never happened to you, or no, it's not
I've
a
never-
top 5 worst?
Worst responses. I think I love being with you is maybe a bad response.
Yeah, but no, the response is just thank you, though.
Yeah. No, I get that. I don't know. Okay, is it in the top 5? Probably. Has
Probably
it happened
not.
to me? No.
There's like a lot of bad responses, like,
A laugh?
hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And the response is, you're fired.
Oh.
Or, hey, how's it
I
going?
thought we were talking about love specifically.
No, just responses.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah. Oh, there's way more response. I have cancer. That's a bad one.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
I hit your dog.
My house flooded. Yeah, I hit your dog. Yeah.
You know?
I thought it was, hey, I love you.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which, to be fair,
would make more sense.
All of those still apply, like all bad things.
Yeah,
This is a very negative start to this episode, yeah.
It's a thought experiment. It's a thought experiment. Mm-hmm. I guess that's what people say when they say fucked up things.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what would they say? Oh, do you remember the YouTube meta when it was like social experiments? Like they were they started out as pranks, and then they morphed into like social experiments. They pretended like they were doing some service to society when they were really just like the most messed
those
up
views,
things.
Man. Yeah,
dude. Yeah. Dude, we were talking about that, like what people are willing to do for views is just crazy.
Yeah.
Not us.
Not us.
We don't sell out.
Nope.
We just talk about
We
whatever
would.
wanna
Hey,
talk
if you want to buy us out, send an email to podcast@couchcomedy.games.
You are a sellout. No offense.
1,000%.
I know.
What? First off.
Okay. Yep.
What have I ever sold out on?
Star Citizen.
How's that a sellout?
I don't know.
That's not a sellout. That's buying in. I'm like, hey, let's go.
Whenever
Like,
I try to think
absolutely.
of something negative about you, that's like the first thing that comes to my mind.
You know what? That's pretty tame. So I'll take it. That's like, okay,
Well,
yeah.
if this was Couch Company After Dark, it would be a different
that's
answer.
different.
But
Yeah.
we are.
That darn Star Citizen.
I don't know. It's a scam. I think
fine.
it's a scam.
It is a scam.
People tell me otherwise, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you would say when you're caught in a pyramid scheme.
It's the
Right?
sure.
I don't know. It seems like it.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Oh, the worst thing you've ever done? Oh, when you just sold out.
Sold out?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of it. I'm just
Okay,
not good at
that's
thinking
good.
of examples off the top of my head, though.
That's fine.
I mean, isn't that a form of gaslighting, though?
What?
Where it's like you're critiquing someone, and then the other person's like, "Name one time I did that right now. You have 30 seconds," and it's like,
No,
bro, I don't
you
know.
have till the end of the episode. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're like invalidating the statement
yeah,
just
but
because I can't name an actual time and place where you did that.
But you're defaming me. You're saying, hey, you're a sellout. You're taking my credibility and throwing it down the toilet. You don't get to just do that willy-nilly.
I'm not saying
This is
being a
America.
sellout is a bad thing.
Neither am I. I'm just saying.
So then I'm not defaming you.
Well, you kind of are.
No, I'm not.
Well,
Okay, first of all, there's two things here. One, you admitted yourself, of course, like I said, you would sell out. And the
Yeah.
first reaction is, of course I would.
yeah, but I haven't had a chance to. I want that chance. You know what I mean? Like,
So
I
you're a
want to
sellout.
sell out. Yeah, sure.
You're a sellout wannabe.
I would say, if anything, the only thing I've sold out for, and it's kind of a stretch, but going into management. So going from like design to management,
yeah.
some would say that
Dropping
could be like
out
a sellout.
of art school.
I never dropped out.
Dropping out of animation.
Sure.
No, maybe not.
I think I corrected myself on like what
Yeah.
I was.
You're more
talented at.
structured. You like rules.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
like money.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to move to Florida.
You didn't want to move to Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah. You hate Disney. I mean, that would have been bad, dude.
yeah. I'm not a big Disney guy, and that would be like the dream job, I guess.
Right, exactly. So it's like, what are you really doing at that point?
Yeah. Change your career.
I think that was smart.
Yeah.
Look, the world needs sellouts, okay? It's the lifeblood of the economy.
Can you imagine a world with no sellouts?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's standing on their principles, and like it would be a bad place probably.
Probably would be not better. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It wouldn't. I don't know if it'd be worse, but it would be different. You like that analysis?
Yeah. Yep.
Of
solid
a world?
solid analysis. Yeah.
Not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Well, we were talking before the episode about my predicament
Yep.
in my gaming situation. So
Tell us your predicament.
I'm on the cusp. All right. I'm on the cusp right now. Now, you might be asking yourself, John, what are you on the cusp of?
Oh.
What's a cusp?
Yeah.
A cusp is like on the edge,
No, I understand the phrase. but
adjacent.
what is the actual definition of cusp?
I think it's like an edge.
Okay. I'll look it up.
You should look it up
gonna
and
look
tell
it
me
up.
exactly what you find.
Yeah. You keep going.
So I'm on the cuspus,
The cuspus.
and I'm staring off into my next venture into PC gaming. Now, for anyone who's been following my journey, I am an Alienware fan. I am proud of it, even though I shouldn't be.
Okay.
Look, here's the thing. Did I overpay for my Alienware R11
No.
Aurora? Yes, I probably did.
I don't think so. But go
It
on.
was like, how much did I pay for that? $3K?
Yeah, you paid market value for it.
3.5 maybe? Actually, I can look this up right now.
That's fine. It still stands. You paid the
This was
MSRP.
2020, and it's for a 3080,
yeah
64 gigs of RAM,
yeah.
i9 10900K.
Okay. So I have that exact same setup. You actually have a
Yes.
better processor than me.
10900F.
Okay.
Worse.
Well, it just means it's not unlocked, but who cares?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that you can overclock the Ks.
I can only regurgitate the information
That's
I read.
fine. What F does is F doesn't have a built-in GPU on the processor. Anyway, I have the same thing as you. The only difference is I got the 3080 Ti, and I paid $2,000 more than you did.
3.4. 3.4.
Okay.
3.4.
All right.
Okay.
So there you go.
Total
I
savings
paid $5.
$75, according to Dell.
Yeah. Which
Not sure where they come up with that.
that's kind of free shipping.
Free shipping,
Okay,
probably.
great. That's good.
Anyway, so I ordered it 12/23/2020.
Mm-hmm.
Now you say that you got the Ti, 3080
Yeah,
Ti,
paid
and
$5.
35.
I paid $5,000 for my setup.
$5,000.
That's what I'm saying. I got it when you couldn't find it anywhere. So when you're saying, "Oh, I overpaid,"
I feel better.
I thumb my
better.
nose at you, sir, and I say,
Wow.
"No, I overpaid."
You bite your thumb at me.
I thumb it. I thumb
No.
my nose.
You bite it.
I bite my thumb and then stick it in your nose.
No, that'd be gross.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Is it thumb your nose?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought you bit your thumb and that was like flicking someone off in Shakespearean times.
I mean, maybe.
Are you sure?
Maybe. Maybe
I'm looking it
that's
up.
you.
We're going to the board. This is the second
Okay.
time we're going to the board
Cusp
today.
is an edge, but it's on like a rounded edge type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like a heart valve too.
Well, to me, we're on the Earth.
yeah.
That's round,
Yeah.
apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the edge of it.
Yeah.
I'm on the edge of my world, which is the gaming world
Yes.
that I've established, which is also a round world, a
Yeah.
sphere.
Well,
You following me?
yeah, I'm following you.
What am I looking up?
I don't know.
Bite my thumb.
It's thumb your nose.
I know that's a saying.
Yeah. We both might be right. I don't know why we're
Bite my thumb at you. In William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, bite my thumb is a phrase used by Samson, a Capulet servant, to express contempt or disdain, similar to flipping someone off in modern times. And it's a precursor to a fight.
There you go.
Do you remember the Capulets and Montesquieux, I think?
Uh-huh.
Are the other ones the Montesquieux? Can someone check me on that?
Yeah.
Do we still have a research department out there?
Yep, that's right.
Leave me a comment on Substack if Montesquieu is correct. Yeah, so that's right.
So
Okay,
you're right.
so now
There you go.
thumb my nose.
Yeah.
Maybe you're wrong. What if you're wrong? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Thumb my nose.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be self-destructive.
Thumb one's nose means to show disrespect or defiance,
Yeah.
often by literally placing the thumb against the nose and wiggling the
Yeah.
fingers. Oh, that's the. Isn't that called something else? The
Maybe.
nana nana
Yeah.
or something?
Nanny nanny poo poo is the scientific term for it.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm right. I'm going to
both
chalk
are
that
right.
up for me.
That's
I'm going to
the
chalk
whole
that up
thing.
for me.
Sure,
I'm going to put that point on my board.
You do it.
I will. I'm keeping track mentally.
How far up are you?
I'm winning. I'm winning.
No,
That's
I
all
know
you need
you're
to worry
winning.
about.
Okay,
That's
sure.
all you need to worry about.
Great.
I'm actually winning every game I'm playing with everyone in the
Okay.
world that I've ever met.
That's really good.
Isn't that impressive?
Except Dell in your bank. So losing that one.
Fuck. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm buying a PC.
Yeah.
Definitely going to overpay for this one. Can we agree on that?
Well, it depends on.
These new prices. Okay. Context for the audience. So if you've been following my journey, you know that I like Alienware, even though I shouldn't. Everyone bitches and moans about Alienware. Proprietary parts, overpriced, plastic garbage, this and that, doesn't work, overheats, blah, blah, blah. My Alienware Aurora R11, I have never had a problem with it. It has run games excellently over my tenure from 2020 to 2025.
Over my tenure of 5 years.
Gaming tenure of 5 years, which is enough to get an undergrad degree.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I thought about it. It's really good.
Or go to law school. I could be a lawyer.
And got a lawyer's degree. Yeah.
Probably.
Anyway,
Well,
continue.
probably not.
No, not
$3,000. Yeah, that would be like 2 weeks.
I'll buy you lunches.
Yep.
Okay.
Lunchables. So I've had nothing but good results with that.
Sure.
Why would I not go back to the well?
Yep.
Are you not a product of your own experiences in this life? Is that not what makes you the person you are?
I have no rebuttal. It's fine.
I know you don't. This is just what I constantly, like I do research. I'm looking up people's opinions.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Alienware.
Yeah.
They used to be great. Dell bought them. Now they're trash.
Yep.
But it's worked fantastic for me. Now, am I going crazy and trying to overclock and build my own PC? No, I just want the console experience with the far superior PC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's what I've gotten with this Alienware.
I don't judge you for it.
I know you don't.
It's not what I would do.
I'm talking to the world.
But it is. I get it. Actually, can you do me a favor? Speaking of consoles, can you unplug that SP behind you? Thank you. Apparently those batteries might blow up if you just leave them in there. Yeah. So
small downside, dude.
My issue
Handheld
with
gaming.
You saying that you're overpaying is like it's all MSRP. Like it's all like
it's not MSRP at all.
Roughly.
The 5090 MSRP is
$2,000. Okay.
The Alienware I'm looking at. Okay, let me finish my story.
Okay.
Sorry, so I've had nothing but good things to say.
Yeah.
I am now in the market to upgrade. We are 2 generations removed from where I am currently at in my PC, which is the 30 series.
Yeah.
We're talking NVIDIA. I don't go AMD. I'm not that desperate.
Are you going AMD for processor?
I should, but Alienware doesn't do AMD processors at first.
Okay.
They might be partial to Intel.
Yep.
They definitely are.
Yep.
Which I have never had a problem.
It's fine.
I've never had a problem.
Didn't I think they have only for the 5090s though, because I think they have an AMD processor for the 5080s. I sent you an article.
Maybe that just came out then.
Maybe.
Okay.
But it's worth looking.
It is worth looking.
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
All right. So anyway, so I'm going to upgrade. Alienware unveiled this January that they're returning to form, if you will, with their Alienware Area 51, which is one of their flagship models in the past. They're trying to capture the essence of the youth.
They have one shot at this.
Yeah. So. It looks very good. Okay. First of all,
I think it looks good.
It's, from my understanding, non-proprietary parts, which means fully, ATX standard motherboard.
Yep.
So you can swap components to your heart's desire, which is like what everyone bitches about. Even though I don't do that, I'm not going to swap anything. We're going to have this conversation 5 years from now, and I'm going to be paying $10,000 for the 70 series.
Yeah.
So, look, I was looking at that, but I was going back and forth. Tyler built me my own thing through Corsair. Mm-hmm. He picked all the parts. He's like, this is what you want if you want the top of the line. That was, how much was that? 5.5?
Something around there.
Something around there.
Yeah.
It is now, for the same build, 6.2 on Corsair.
Yeah.
So it's just skyrocketing.
Okay.
And I don't get it until like the end of April.
Yeah, I'm not saying Corsair's not gouging it up there, but it's 5.5 for Dell.
Yeah.
Which is
So my point
is
is Alienware, their Area 51. I've been looking at their website like every day because when they initially unveiled it, they said, "Oh, the Area 51's coming out in March." I think they said, right? No. I think they were out in like January, maybe, or February.
for what?
The Area 51 came out in like February, I think.
It came out when the cards came out. Yeah, they were.
But they only had 5080s.
Yes.
Now, as of this week, as of you in your seat right now at home listening to this, they now have 5090s.
Maybe.
Yes.
Jump on it. Well, I'm just saying, by the time people listen to it, they might be sold out. We'll see.
I will cry.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I tried to jump on it because I was afraid they were going to sell out. And the price is not too bad. It's 5.6, which in comparison to everything else, which is like not even available.
But that's what I'm telling you. It's not like...
It's not crazy.
Because
you would think the Alienware would be like $7,000.
Do you know what card you're getting, though? So you're getting the 5090, but what's the manufacturer of the card? Does it tell you that?
That's a great question.
Yeah, because if it's like Founders Edition, then sure, it's $1,800. But if you're getting like a EVGA, water-cooled, overclocked, pre-overclocked, whatever, that could go $2,400. Who knows? You know, so like that's where some of the money's kind of sneaking in. You have 64 gigs of RAM.
Yep.
You have the best processor on the market.
The 290.
Yeah, it's water cooled, which is an automatic.
They changed the naming convention
couple $200,
of them, which is
whatever. And you got the Alienware case,
2 terabytes.
There you go. I mean,
2 terabytes of hard drive.
I think if you were to price this out, it's going to be
good.
Close.
It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Anyways, I tried to pull the trigger on it. My card declined.
Yeah, they're like, hey, dude, you can't.
They're like, bro, why you can't just drop that on a Tuesday,
Give
bro.
us a call. Give us a call.
I get like, what is the best strategy if you're trying to make a large purchase? Like, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Do I have to call my bank, or not my bank, I guess my credit card, be like, hey, I'm about to make a big purchase. It is me.
Yeah.
Can you greenlight this?
I think you can. I think it's similar whenever you're like out of the country, or not country, but like even out of the state or whatever.
That happened when I visited my brother a couple weeks ago.
Which is super annoying because it's like, oh man.
I had to use my debit card.
Yeah. So the nice thing with the Apple Card is because it's tied to your phone, they'll see if your phone's out of the state, so you're probably fine.
I should get an Apple Card, dude.
And it will ping and it'll say, hey, this is declined. Do you want to do this? And
That's what mine does.
You just hit, approve, and then you redo it.
That's what I tried to do.
Yeah.
So they sent me that text and email, and I said, yes, this is me. I want to do this. Mm-hmm. And then I tried to put my card in again to retry it because Alienware's website was like, hey, this didn't go through.
Yeah.
It said invalid card.
Interesting.
I tried it several times.
Yeah, and it's like...
And then I checked my phone, and it was like, you bought 4 monitors.
Yeah.
Also context, I was trying to buy a monitor at the same time.
Yeah.
In the future, I'm going to do them separate.
Smart.
Anyways, now I'm sitting here with 0 credit, 4 monitors pending.
Yeah.
I canceled my order, so like I'm just waiting till I can try again, but I really hope they're not sold out.
I mean, if you cared about that much, I could just get one and then you just pay me.
No, I can't do that to you.
Yeah.
What's
the difference?
Was thinking about, I don't know. I don't think my debit card will work. I don't think I can spend that much on my debit.
You can spend whatever you want. You can't take a certain amount of cash out.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Like if you go to
so
an
if
ATM,
I put my debit card in,
I mean,
they'll probably flag it again.
I don't want to lead you down the wrong path. Hey, man, it depends. What bank do you have? Because if you have PNC, they won't. PNC doesn't flag anything.
Really?
I got 10 grand stolen from me.
Oh,
and they were just like, yeah, that's probably fine.
Probably worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
that's not good. That's not good. I do like that they check in on me.
Yeah,
but I wish it was better. I wish there was a better communication process.
If you're truly worried about it, just call up Chase Bank and be like, hey, this is what I want to do. We good?
Yeah.
And then they're just like, yep.
I might. I was calling them when this whole thing was going down, and the representative. Look, I'm in customer service. Okay, I know a thing or two about the biz, as they say. She was very nice.
Yeah,
she was not good
for Chase or for the credit
Chase.
Card. Oh, you have a credit card.
I called Chase because I do. I call it. I'm supposed to call it the credit card company.
Oh, okay,
but I called Chase because it's a Chase credit card. So, whoops,
figure it out. Yeah,
I don't know. She's like, I need to transfer you. And then she transferred me. And then I got someone who's better, I guess.
Yeah.
But she was just like, you got to wait for it to happen and then we'll figure it out. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here, can't pay for fucking anything now.
Yeah.
While it's like I'm locked up.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a 30-minute segment on absolutely useless information about me.
So possibly by the time next episode comes out, you might have a computer coming.
Especially if you buy it for me.
Yeah, I'll buy it for you. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you buy it for me.
Not
dude.
the computer. I'll get you a monitor.
Ooh, all right. Bet. I can do that because I can just take $1,000 out and give it to you.
Sure.
Yeah. That would be easier.
Yeah.
The other one would be a little bit tougher.
Computer's a little tough. Yeah.
That's tough.
I have like a crazy limit on my Apple. Like Apple Card is like
How much? Are you comfortable saying?
22,000.
22?
22.5.
I can't do that thing.
That's because I do everything with my Apple Card.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
That's awesome.
I pay off the balance every month. And
I'm thinking about getting the Apple Card. You talk about how good of an experience it is. I like the Apple Pay. You've definitely converted me to that.
Yep.
Apple Pay is great, dude.
Yeah.
I have all, like, I just switched my Game Pass. So my Game Pass went through and I got an email and they were like, your card got declined. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I switched it to Apple Pay.
Sure.
I take Apple Pay. I'm like,
why not?
Done.
Yep.
Easy. Just got to load up $100 on your Apple Pay.
There are better cards out there for certain things. So
Yeah.
like I have a Capital One card that's better for like Netflix, Spotify, because you get like triple points or something with it and whatnot. So just to keep all the cards open, I have like one subscription going to this card, one subscription to this card, whatever, just to make sure they don't close on me, and then I just pay them off every month, and that's it.
The problem is I froze my credit because literally every company in the world is getting their data stolen.
Literally, dude.
I get a letter every month.
Do you get your Rivers Casino letter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rivers, Poker Stars, health insurance. Like I forget where I went for like some hospital. It's every month at this point. It's actually insane. It's like nothing is safe. So my credit's just frozen. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how easy it is to unfreeze it. I think you can like unfreeze it for a day.
Ooh.
Or something, which would be nice. Just give me a little window. I'll open up a credit card and then close that shit.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know if you can. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Me neither. I got to figure it out. But I don't know if I want another credit card. I have 2 right now. Just like, that works fine for me. I got primary and backup.
Lines of credit, total credit amount, all of that stuff. That's all pretty good to have, apparently.
Yeah. I hear that.
It's the length of years. So if you close something, then that.
Oh, I don't close anything.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's why I have all my stuff set to auto pay and auto draft and stuff. So like, I don't close. Yeah, because otherwise, like, I haven't used my Discover card in months and months and months. And I get a letter. It's like, hey, we're gonna shut this down. I'm like, no. Like, that's like a 10, 11 year card.
I just got one on my Citizens card.
Yeah.
And I just bought like a beer.
Right.
Yeah. It was great.
I have my Game Pass coming out of PNC.
I switched to Apple Pay, dude. Any subscriptions I do Apple Pay, dude, then it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
I'm very girl math when it comes to Apple Pay. Like, since it doesn't show up in my bank,
doesn't count.
Just like doesn't count. I just gotta put some bucks in there every once in a while, and then
Well, so the thing is, when you're talking Apple Pay, you're talking like
I'm talking Apple Pay, not
Cash.
Apple. Yes,
you're talking Apple Cash. Yeah,
that's what Apple Pay is.
No, Apple Pay is literally any card you have on your phone. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, trust me. I've been doing it for a while.
You want a cheeseburger this?
I will.
1,000 cheeseburgers?
1,000 cheeseburgers. Done.
I'm not going to.
Done. Come on. Do it.
So anyways, what I was thinking about is something other than what we were just talking about, which is what's your opinion on the Middle East?
Yikes. I think that if you had to choose a side, the middle is a good point.
Yeah, I think that too. Like when I'm thinking between like up, down, left, right.
Exactly. The middle
diagonals if you're getting crazy about it. Dead center, bullseye, while technically not the highest scoring value on the dartboard, the second highest scoring value on the dartboard at 50 points.
Yeah.
So can you really go wrong scoring 50 points?
I'm afraid of the ocean, so I feel like just the center of it is good.
Yeah, and I think that the center of the universe is Earth.
Yep. That's the official stance of the Couch Company podcast.
What did they used to say? That everything revolved around the Earth?
Yeah.
And then that was wrong? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Who knows?
That's what they say. I mean, it's like you can't
Makes
verify.
sense.
We can't verify that unless we
Right.
go into space.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
You think the ocean's scarier though?
I do. It's more immediate danger. Right now, I'm most terrified of flying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess
I
that
was never
kinda-
scared of flying. It's just like planes are falling out of the sky. And
Yeah.
that's just like, eh.
Well, again, it's like the media coverage.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Is there a spike in plane crashes? Yes, probably, but
Yeah.
statistically, probably still the safest way to travel.
Yeah, probably. Don't want to do it, but
Yeah, I just traveled, so
I know, and you're here.
I'm alive.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe I'm AI. That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
What were they talking about last D&D? Like simulation? Like it's all simulation?
Yeah, that was a thought. Like a little conspiracy.
I think we've
thought.
talked about that before, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's not possible.
Oh, it's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
Well, you're programmed to think that.
I see. Why would I think that if it was possible?
Look, if the Matrix detailed this out, we don't have to rehash it. But if it's too perfect, then you rebel. Like it's just like, oh, this is something's wrong. But if you have
I'm not
enough,
saying it should be perfect.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
just saying
saying
if you
why
have
would we
enough-
come up with the movie The Matrix if it wasn't?
just as like a game. It's like with the Truman Show, right? Like it's like why'd someone make a Truman Show if the imagine?
Yeah, but they're not sitting there being like, Truman isn't going home and watching a show
No,
about a guy
right, I
on a
understand
show.
that, but what if you, John
Yes.
Perez,
Okay,
are
just
on
throw my
yeah.
social security number out there
Okay.
while you're at it.
Let me
I'm
guess.
just kidding.
Let me guess. Okay.
There's
but-
so many John Perez's on Earth that I'm fairly
But
safe.
what if there was a show about you
Yep.
in this life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, be a
And-
great show.
Yeah, and to kind of like spur the ratings,
Mm.
it's like, hey, we made a Truman Show to kind of like get you thinking about it,
Yeah.
just to see if that'll do anything.
Yeah.
And then, hey, your podcast buddy's talking about it right now. Just
Oh,
to like,
you're
kinda
saying
like
you're
a
in
wink,
on
wink.
it.
Maybe
You're
I
an
would
actor.
have to. I would have to.
You're
be,
an
right?
actor.
I would have to be.
Well, no, if it's a simulation, we can all still be independent.
Well, yeah, we could be.
But
we're
it's
talking about
just
two
a-
different things, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I see. So you're saying there's a Truman Show
I always
theory
think about
going
the
on.
Truman Show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's definitely not true.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Probably
You're not a good actor.
Or I'm the best actor.
Nah. Look at that poker face you got there.
No, imagine. Like, I think your mom would be the best actor, right?
Yes.
Actress. Yeah, like, it'd
Yes.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be terrifying.
Nah. I have a good read
Yeah, you think so?
on people. I
think so?
know so.
Yeah.
I am in my heart, in my chest. I hope they're all watching.
Yeah.
You know all the embarrassing things I've done in my life? I hope everyone's
yeah.
seen it, dude.
That's-
And you're the opposite.
I
That
know the
scares you to
opposite.
death.
That scares me
I
to death.
want
Yeah.
everyone to know what I've done.
Nope.
On this
I'm on the
earth.
next plane. I'm on
No,
the next
dude,
plane.
I want them
no
to know.
parachute.
I want no secrets.
Yeah.
You know how
Ugh.
freeing that is?
Yep.
That's freeing.
That's what I hear.
And think how good you'll make some other people feel like, holy crap, I'm not the only one who does this. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
Everyone does it.
Yeah. Like,
Insert
eating boogers or something.
here.
I don't eat boogers, by the
Yeah,
way.
I never really got into that.
That is so detestable to me. Like, my brother eats boogers.
Yeah, what are you gonna
Sorry,
do with
brother.
them? What are you gonna do with them? Which would you rather have?
Yeah.
Someone do that,
Yeah.
or like smear it on something?
Here's the crazy part.
Okay.
I have two brothers.
They do opposite things.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what I mean. Which is
I
more
have a-
detestable? Equal?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You understand what I'm
Pose the
saying?
question again. I need to hear it again.
Okay, they're both picking their noses. This is disgusting. Okay, you're both picking your noses.
I could think of more disgusting things.
One brother is
Yeah.
just kind of chowing down.
Yep.
And the other one is just kind of like rubbing it on the wall.
I apologize to my brothers for
Yeah.
putting them on blast
Okay, well,
on
hey,
the
look.
airwaves, but
You have to tell which one's which.
probably smearing on the wall is more detestable just because you're
Yeah, you're
damaging
involving other
something
people.
else. Yeah, you're involved. But what if it's your own property, right? Then it's the same thing.
Sure.
Right.
Whatever.
This is a very philosophical conversation.
My thing is if you're involving someone else,
Yep.
then that's a problem. That's the
But you're involving someone else either way because I'm watching this happen.
well.
I think
to
what
an
it really
extent.
comes down to is whatever you're smearing it on, do you own that? If you don't, that's definitely worse. If you do own that, I think it's probably neutral state. It's probably on the same level
Okay.
because you're just interacting with everything
Yeah.
that belongs to you,
yeah.
right? I
But-
think it's grosser to eat it. It's probably grosser to eat it.
Okay.
More detestable though. I don't know. There's two schools of thought here. One is you eat it right away and it's gone, out of sight, out of mind.
This is so
right?
gross. Yeah.
You just rip the
This is,
Band-Aid
like,
off.
making my skin crawl.
The second thought, though, is that if you put it somewhere else, it's kind of lingering there.
Yeah.
So maybe not as immediately gross as like eating something gross, but it's you have to kind of look at it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Like, oh, it's right there.
That's what I think is the bad one.
That's the bad one? You'd rather eat it? Do you eat your own boogers?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Is there something
I think
you want to tell me?
No, I'm literally feeling queasy just talking about
Really?
it. Yes.
Good.
Okay, well.
You think I'd have some empathy for you? I have none of that left.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's all gone.
I don't need it.
Ran out.
You keep your empathy.
I don't have any left to
That's
spare.
what I mean. Yeah,
I can't keep what I don't have.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
a man a fish. Give him a fishing pole sort of deal.
Yeah.
You ever hear that one?
It's not quite that one, but yeah.
What do you mean it's not quite that one?
You're on the cusp of it, but it's like you teach man to fish.
It's a square table.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't
What
know.
am I on then? The
You're,
edge?
you're on the edge of it.
The
You're
cutting edge? The bleeding
cutting
edge, as you say sometimes?
bleeding edge, yeah.
I don't like that one.
It's from a scalpel.
I don't like blood, though.
It's fine, but
Although blood doesn't bother me as much as, like, some people faint with blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's a very big problem.
I get my chest tightens.
When you see blood?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
or any
if-
type of
Yeah.
anything.
Injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I see like
well, yeah. I think that's normal.
yeah.
But some people, like, see blood, like, they're giving blood, and they see blood, and they faint.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I think there's a combination there because you're losing blood,
Sure.
which makes you lightheaded.
Yeah.
But also, if you're, what would you say? That's a fear?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a fear or if
Fear
it's just
blood?
it's just a trigger type thing.
Yeah.
Seeing blood or seeing like I don't know bolts in someone's arm with a scar going out his arm or something like I get the same.
Who are you talking about?
Just someone.
Interesting.
I get the same like feeling. Like it's not like anything is different.
Yeah.
How do we get on the subject? What are we?
I think we were talking about Alienware,
Oh yeah.
and obviously one thing led to another.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But blood's not great. I don't think so.
It's
It's supposed to stay inside the
useful.
body,
It's
man.
useful, yeah.
Well, it's useful inside your body,
Sure.
not outside.
sure. It's useful outside too.
It's very. You'd think we'd be desensitized though with all the violent video games and TV shows and
Yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't think it works like that.
Not
You've
in
seen
real
in real
life.
life,
Yeah.
which just goes to show video games don't cause violence because we're able to disassociate.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. Okay, you're playing GTA.
Uh-huh.
You see someone steal a car.
Yeah. I'm
drive
not going
off
to run out
and
and
hit
steal
someone,
a car. Yeah.
and you're like, okay.
yeah.
If you saw that in real life, you'd freak out. No?
Yeah, I think with GTA, it's you're not getting the full like if you're running someone over with a car,
Yep.
it's going to be like way more gruesome. It's going to be way like everything you do in GTA is like way worse than if you were using like real life kind of look and feel, right? So is your kind of hypothesis like because it's like fake, because it's cartoony and people just don't understand it?
I think we can disassociate fake from reality.
So we should make things more realistic to really turn people's stomachs to not be violent.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying that
spitballing.
like you have a certain mindset when you're playing a video game versus when you're out in the real world.
Okay.
Are you you're on the team that like video games make people violent or?
I don't think they make people violent. I think it glorifies violence. I think it gives ideas.
Yep.
I'm not saying that video games need to be like censored or you can't have
Right,
violence in
right.
video games or anything
Sure,
like that. But,
sure.
I don't think that it's as cut and dry as video games are absolved. Just like I don't think music or TV or movies or any type of consumption, specific like even social media. Like I think everything that influences you as a person contributes to if you do a violent crime or something terrible. I think it's everything that has happened to you plays some factor or some part.
Yeah, that's sure.
Yeah.
Like everything. Yeah, influences one way or another.
Yeah,
to
I know,
different degrees.
When you have news articles being like, you played Call of Duty, it's like, dude, every single person played Call of Duty. Like, everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
no, I don't think Call of Duty is the sole thing, but it's a little tough to, whenever it's like, he used Call of Duty as a training ground or did this mod to do it. It's like, okay, that might be bad. You know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, like whenever people are like, oh, he used this mod to map out like for like a school shooting or like some sort of thing, and it's
I've
just
never
like,
heard that before.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
happened?
I think so. I have to look it up. I don't know. But
Interesting. It's
just
not good.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are games literally about shootings and stuff like that.
I don't know if those have been banned. I remember there was one
There was
that was
huge
really
controversy
bad.
with it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So like that kind of stuff is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we need that stuff. I'm a firm believer of don't censor anything, but I also don't think that it's like,
Well, the market should dictate like what is acceptable.
You would hope. Yeah.
But
to some extent, it kind of does too, because there was it wasn't Postal. Maybe it was Postal. I don't know.
I think that's the one I was talking about.
Postal's
Postal or
one.
something.
There was another one where it was like a sequel came out, and it was like just this like insane, violent, like terrible thing. And people played it, and people were just like, "This is actually just a bad video game," and they just kind of moved away. Yeah. You got that
shocking to be
factor.
shocking. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's nothing is good for that.
Yeah,
like
this is a really cheery episode.
I'm having a ball.
A ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Game I'm most excited for in the near future.
Yeah.
Power Wash Simulator 2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate?
It's coming out in June.
Was it just announced?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what you were texting today?
That's what I put in the notes. Yeah. Is I'm just really excited. There's that, and then there's
how do you expand on the original?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm excited. It looks a little more polished, maybe.
So they had a trailer or something?
I don't know. I just saw screenshots.
Screenshots?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Unreal 5.
That'd be great.
That'd be
crazy. That could be pretty
Start
cool.
washing some stuff.
Yeah.
I thought they really just emptied the tank on it though. Like you can wash everything
because it's like water tank. Is that a pun?
No.
Okay. You could. Yeah, from SpongeBob to Call of Duty to not Call of Duty, but like Warhammer.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty was on there.
They had Nuketown.
Did they really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yes, I'm
Nice.
almost positive they had Nuketown.
All right. Yeah. No, they have everything. So I'd be curious if like any of those maps like kind of transfer over. Or,
Yeah.
You know,
right. Yeah.
what they were
That'd
doing
be
with
interesting. Probably not.
It's going to be a really weird line too, because it's like there's more choices and more different like things you can do with it, but at the same time, it's like, does that ruin the simplicity? And
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's the sequel curse.
Yeah,
like you have to up your game, but sometimes that first title is special just because of how simple it is.
So I forgot I wasn't even going to really talk about this, but I played a game called A Game About Digging a Hole.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah, so I beat it.
Yeah. That's what you've spent your time doing.
That's what I did. Yeah.
How many hours do you have in that game?
Not many. Like maybe 2-3 hours, something like that. Yeah, nice. It wasn't too bad, but I thought it was gonna be a lot more involved.
Yeah,
and it's just straight up like
the game about digging a hole, a lot more involved.
Well, like look, you dig a hole and like you kind of like you find a treasure chest and you kind of keep going down.
I think I've seen it. Is this 3D?
Yeah,
and you're
3D.
like in your backyard.
Yeah,
and I've seen that. I've seen that.
I
saw someone
you start doing
that.
like something small, and then you just get something big.
Yep.
So like I was like, okay, I'm playing around doing it, and then you get all the way down to the bottom, and like spoilers. So like jump ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to hear how digging a hole ends. But you get to the bottom, and there's just a bunch of tunnels.
Yep.
And you just run looking for a treasure chest, and moles chase you.
Moles again.
And that's it. And then you get the treasure chest, you open it up, there's nothing in it.
Yep.
And then you turn around, there's 3-4 moles behind you, and then they eat you.
Really?
And the game ends, and then you see the intro movie again, and the guy is keeping tally of how many people die in the thing. It's really sinister, and he kind of like marks it down, and you're just like, oh, that's what he was doing in the beginning, and then it's like next person.
Now it's the next person.
And then you can get like go in and get achievements, things like that. It's like $4. I'm like,
you think there's a secret ending where you live?
Sure, maybe.
Where you get to that guy who's marking it down and get revenge?
Not gonna be me though.
You dig him?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a postman.
But did you like the game?
I did not. I thought it was okay. I think people were really high on it, and I was really kind of confused because Power Washing Simulator is very relaxing and whatnot. This game, because you can dig a hole and you can kind of dig anywhere, there are like little specks of dirt and things just floating in midair, just the way that the ground was being terraformed, that I felt it to like take me out of the experience, and I just didn't like that.
Yeah. Interesting. I've been playing Split Fiction. with you.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yeah.
I have like 100 and some hours.
Are you anywhere close to?
Not close.
Okay.
I'm not close. Right. I might be 100% in that game.
Are you your first?
I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
But I want to do all the side quests.
I just read that they revamped.
They fixed a bunch of bugs. Yeah. The new patch I think drops soon. By the time this comes out, it's definitely out.
Yeah.
There's barbers now.
Yeah.
They a lot of quality of life stuff, some balance changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, what a great game.
The stealth seems cool. Like it was like, oh, okay. Like
stealth is great.
Bad.
The hand-to-hand combat is great. Like, not to spoil my review, but like this makes Indiana Jones look laughable in terms of like the fisticuffs.
Yeah.
And really just the combat in general is very cool. Mm-hmm. Just it's very, I think I was talking a little bit about it when Justin was on last week, where there were like professional sword fighters who were like, this is the most realistic sword fighting combat, or one of probably.
Yeah, chivalry I think was up there too.
Yeah. Where you have like your position of the blade matters and you have to time it correctly to riposte, and there's like specific combos, and
you have to learn what riposte means and that kind of thing.
Riposte means to counter the attack.
See, you learned.
Yeah, but it's really cool. There's a specific way you do it where you have to be opposite of their blade. So let's say you're holding it on your right. I have to be on your left. So when you throw your strike, I clash our blades and then I ride your blade up. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And then I poke you.
Also what she said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sword fighting is very sexual.
Sure. It's funny because like that, I know you're super into that game, and the more I play Avowed, because I didn't know if you were ever gonna kind of get around to playing that one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, good,
but I did. It's on my list, like fringe though, because it's a purple. It's like Justin didn't do a good like. He did a good job of explaining himself. Yeah. He didn't help your cause of me playing that, I should say.
And
I was like,
and when he was going through the stuff, I was like, I don't know. But then replaying it, I'm like, I could see where he's getting some of that stuff for sure.
Okay.
Definitely like the NPCs and stuff, because they just stand there. They don't move or anything.
Yeah. But that's not. Well, actually, my mind always like defaults to Final Fantasy recently. I don't know why. That's like my standard RPG.
Yeah, sure.
The NPCs do move in that, I think. Not not as much as like a Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
But they do move. Somewhat.
I should say they move kind of here. Like it's not like they just like stand there like cardboard cutouts. Like there is some movement.
What's Avowed on that range of like?
It is on the lower end for sure. Okay. Like it's like
on par with Final Fantasy, would you say? Like they have like a dialogue. Like the thing about Final Fantasy is like all the NPCs in the towns and stuff like all have like a script.
Yeah.
And it's kind like
probably worse than that.
Okay.
Like I think all the NPCs in a Final Fantasy game are pretty, like they're doing something or pretty unique.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff, like the Avowed feels lived in, but it's a lot of just people sitting on benches. Like you can't talk to them. You can't do anything there. So like it's kind of, I get animation. That, like for sure.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of story. It has a lot of dialogue options and decisions actually.
I love that.
Need to, like, you have to think about it and that sort of thing. The thing that I texted you is, like, I haven't played Avowed in a minute because I've been doing Monster Hunter.
Right.
And Avowed, like, one of the best things I can say about that game is you can just jump right back in and, like, you're fine. Like, you're at, like, from the UI, the map, the controls, like, everything is just very, like... Oh, it's like I never left. Okay, I just jump. I know exactly what I'm doing. The stories are like the missions are not so complex or so crazy or anything that you can't like immediately remember. Oh, right, you need me to go get this.
Yeah,
whatever. Which is good or bad. Like it's like.
I think it's a positive when you're trying to jump back into it.
Yeah, I think from that perspective, it's good. But it's like, man, I don't care about the story. So everything Justin was saying about how he was kind of like skipping through dialogue and stuff at Dragon Age. For Avowed, I'm just like, man, it's so like dense that I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm having trouble with the Monster Hunter is that a lot of my friends are telling me just skip the campaign, like all the dialogue and stuff. And that just goes against my core philosophy.
Sure.
You know, I'm a single player guy.
Yeah.
I love the lore. I love the.
But that's why you might love Avowed. Like, let me put it this way: out of all the studios to make games, that I think Obsidian would make a good Mass Effect.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Ooh, interesting.
Like, if I was going to pick a studio to make a Mass Effect at this point, like it would not be BioWare.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, it would
not
be
BioWare anymore.
I think Obsidian could make something pretty cool there.
Yeah. All right.
Because the gameplay is fun. It's fun to explore and different things. So I don't know, but
yeah. So I don't know. I do want to keep up with Monster Hunter, but I've just been eclipsed by everyone. I'm just taking my time. You know, like in the past, I feel like I've tried to rush things, especially since we started doing the podcast, where it's like, oh, we're trying to review this many games, and we want to keep current in all this, which is I'm still trying to do that, and I think I'm doing a okay job at that. But I don't want that to sacrifice my experiences with games, right? Because that just completely defeats the purpose. Like, this isn't my job.
Right.
If this was my job, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to have fun, So I was like, all right, let me just take my time with this. We've been playing Split Fiction, so it's not like I'm not making progress on anything. But I got to get to Monster Hunter because just the praise it gets.
Yeah.
I want to be able to review it.
Yeah, no.
And maybe I'm going to love it. I don't know, but
I mean, whenever you want to play Monster Hunter, I can definitely help.
That's what everyone said.
Get you where you need to be.
I'm in a good spot because everyone's super strong, so now I can probably just breeze through the campaign.
Yeah, it's not like kind of, but I don't know.
But then there's like a second half of the campaign that's like not really a campaign, but kind of.
It's it's still the campaign. It's just less intrusive. That's all. Like this campaign, it's like every time you do something, you have a million cutscenes, a million people are talking to you, and different things like that. Now it's like, okay, after you beat Act 4, then it's, I don't know, raise your hunter rank, and then you just kind of go and do the loop, and then eventually get to a point, and it's like, go hunt this new monster. Like I think I have like maybe 2, 3, 4 monsters that I gotta
to complete the gambit.
Still. Yeah, but I don't know.
I think everyone's loving it though, which is good. I'm happy for everyone.
I was telling you, I have to get through Avowed, and kind of Monster Hunter is just something you can kind of play all year round.
Yeah,
like, it's
exactly.
not a huge thing.
Yeah.
Because Assassin's Creed comes out next week.
Yeah, I don't think that game is going to be good. So unless
I'm fascinated by it because it has to be good.
It's not going to be good.
Probably not.
Yeah,
but it needs to be.
Oh, you're saying
for just Ubisoft, like it
does it
needs
like
to do
doesn't
well.
Assassin's Creed just always kind of hit like this baseline of like if you're in, you're in, Like there's just people that just get every Assassin's Creed, right?
Origins was a kind of a reimagining of like what Assassin's Creed was, and that got a lot of like praise. Like people really like that one. I personally think Odyssey is the best in the franchise.
Yeah, but what I'm saying isn't like Assassin's Creed comes out and they can expect a certain level of sales.
Maybe, but they're putting, I don't know, man, they delayed this thing. Like, it's like, just from a company standpoint, like a Ubisoft standpoint, this needs to do better than your 81, or whatever.
Or
like
what?
Then you have shareholders and stuff trying to take over Ubisoft,
You think like Ubisoft's doomed?
Not doomed, but I think that the people that are currently in control of it are going to get kicked out.
Change in management.
They keep fighting that constantly.
Yeah. I don't have faith.
I always like a good stealth action game.
Yep.
So I'm tentatively optimistic. We'll see. I'll give him like the 15 probably. If it gets like a 90 or something, or like really high, I'll just buy the game.
Yeah.
But if it's like 80s, then I'm just going to pay for the Ubisoft Plus for a month and try it out.
Gotcha. I think that's a smart strategy if you remember to cancel it.
Yeah.
So that ends up being your problem.
Yep.
I am probably in a similar boat. No, I'm not going to do the Ubisoft Plus, but I will. If it gets very good reviews, I will definitely play it. But if it falls where I expect it to fall, in the kind of low to mid purple range, probably going to skip it unless I find myself just lacking something to play, which seems unlikely as of this point.
Well, no, especially because all those games are coming out from Game Pass. So you're going to have
I really want my
Expedition and
new
all that stuff.
computer
Yeah.
for some of those new games, bro. Although Doom is very optimized,
Yeah,
so
Doom
that's
will
kind
run
of
perfectly
hilarious.
fine.
Yeah, Doom's gonna run great. Even Split Fiction's running, like I was telling you, it's getting like 200 frames.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I was on high instead of super high, but
Who cares? Like,
it looks
that's the
good.
beauty.
Yeah, it looks very
doesn't
good.
matter.
So I'm like, man, I am just wasting my money. I don't care.
Yeah, it's new and shiny, and it'll last you another 10
I
years.
know. It's just,
5 years, whatever.
the dopamine hit, I guess. I
Sure.
don't know. Something. But the Expedition 33 might be pretty demanding. I'm not sure about that. I can't get a good reading
certainly
on
looks like it would be.
it. It looks like it's going to be very demanding.
Yeah.
I hope it's well optimized. My eggs are in that basket, and I'm getting a little nervous.
You should be.
You think? You think it's going to be a big bust?
I don't think it's going to be a bust. I
Yeah.
think from performance-wise, maybe. I think that's
Yeah,
going to be
I
a
feel
problem.
like that game, it looks so beautiful.
looks
I'm
too
like,
good.
it's not going to be optimized,
it
dude, at all.
looks too good.
But they're releasing it on PC. I don't know. You have some glimmer of hope when it's like, okay, this is a day one PC release, especially if it's Game Pass, right? You would think.
I disagree with that.
You disagree with that?
My thing is, I'm in the camp of if it's day one PC release,
Yeah.
that means they just like everything's out and they're just doing it. And I think that you're going to have a lot of issues with it versus, hey, we're going to hang the PC back. We released it on consoles, but we're going to give like the PC another couple months to like polish it up and make sure everything's optimized and stuff like that.
In my experience, that's been
Could go
way
either way.
worse. That's
Could
been
go
way
either way.
worse. I
Yeah.
think of all the PC ports that come out.
Yeah.
Especially of like the PlayStation games is like what comes to mind first, like a God of War or Horizon. It just seems like it's never as polished as that console experience, right?
You could go down a dark hole with that where it's like, well, it's enough for the people that don't have a PlayStation. We'll just kind of milk their money, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we don't want it to be like dramatically
I
better than a
see, yeah.
PlayStation,
Right.
Especially when a Pro just launches. That's a little conspiracy thing going, but yeah,
That's interesting. Well, I think probably in that line, I think it's like, well, we're not going to spend the resources because
Yeah.
they have their whiteboard. They know what the
Yep.
target
it
sales
will
are.
be
right?
bare minimum, minimum.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, PlayStation 5 runs things very well though.
Sure, yeah.
It's definitely, in my opinion, it's a superior console.
I mean, it's hilarious because I have my controller. I've been playing aside from Avowed. I've been playing everything with it's an 8-bit controller, but like just a controller.
yeah.
And it's completely fine. I put my feet up and just kind of
Yeah.
like running around with Monster Hunter, running around in Split Fiction. And it's just very fun.
Oh yeah. Monster Hunter and Split Fiction, both controller.
Yep.
Kingdom
I'm-
Come
I'm,
is mouse keyboard though for me,
Yeah.
like definitely. And then you said Avowed is mouse keyboard.
Avowed is mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Anything that's third person, I like a controller more, and then anything that's first, I kind of go mouse and keyboard.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I am gonna start Death Stranding. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna like go and like beat it all, but I want to
Yeah.
like kind of dive into it again and see the director's cut.
What the heck is that game? Like, what's going on there? Is it multiplayer? Is it?
No, not really. It's single player, but you can like take. You
can affect the
other
world.
people's worlds. Yeah,
Because I remember I was listening to someone talk about it. They're like, oh, it's so cool. They left a ladder here for me. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like other people have walked the path before you and have shaped it.
Yeah.
And is that written like into the narrative?
I don't remember. I don't think I got that far per se to have like a meaningful. It's written in there.
I would imagine it has to be.
I put it on the same level as like your Elden Ring and stuff, where people like leave messages and say like, "Hey, don't jump here or watch out above or whatever." And like some people are funny, some people are genuinely helpful.
Yep.
I kind of put it in the same vein because I think you could turn all that off. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you could turn all that stuff off.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Because it's like, yeah, you could like get a couple shortcuts because somebody just put ladders across
Right,
like all
that's
these
what I'm
mountains
saying,
or whatever. Yeah, I think you can omit that. But I'm just curious because like the new trailer dropped for Death Stranding 2,
Yep.
which looked just bonkers.
I didn't watch it.
It was interesting because at the very end, whatever the I guess guy is, and I don't even know if he's in the first one, so it's just some new guy to me. And he's sitting there with all his military gear on, all these guys behind him and stuff, and then he pulls his scarf off,
Yep.
and ties it up on his forehead, and just looks like straight up Solid Snake.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah.
And people were just like losing their mind.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Wait,
very
what?
very tongue in cheek for that stuff because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Konami definitely doesn't sanction this, but
Right.
yeah, it's just like
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I didn't read an article. I saw an article title in my feed, something about that.
I'm worried because now that I have a kid, it's the whole game is like you're just walking around with the baby.
Yeah.
And then this one, it's
You
like
might love it then.
baby's bigger. I might love it, or like I might have a stronger connection to it, but
Yeah.
also I might like that might be triggered. Like we'll have to see, you know, because
interesting.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
like whenever this lady zapped or fell or whatever was like holding the kid, I was like anxious. Like, I
Yeah.
was just like, oh man, and like
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them to like. My baby might not make it, you know, type
Ooh.
of thing. Like nothing's gonna pull on your heartstrings like that, or like
know.
a dog or something, you know.
Yep.
So I don't know.
It changes your perspective, I'm sure.
For
on
sure,
on
yeah.
the whole world, probably.
But that's where I'm just like, okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, try it out.
Yeah.
Keep us posted on your experience.
I need Steam Deck games. That's the thing, and that's apparently runs amazing on
Oh,
a
really?
Steam Deck. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So
it's-
you're still on the Steam Deck thing?
well, yeah, I'm going to Florida, so
Oh, right,
you know,
right.
like I need I'm only bringing one console.
Yep.
So either I'm bringing my little SP, and
Yep.
I'm just gonna play retro games.
Yep.
Or I'm gonna play my Steam Deck, or I'm gonna play my Switch.
Oh.
So I need to figure out,
Choices.
yeah, like what am I gonna do? I have a ton of Switch games I could play.
Right?
They're all kind of like Mario and party games and different things like that. Or my Steam Deck where I like, you know, play, I don't know, like Death Stranding and there's a game where you clean up a river. You have like a little tugboat.
Of course there
And you
is.
just like clean a river, and
Yep.
I can't. That's coming out on the 26th.
Sounds
so.
like you.
Yep.
You just want another occupation in
Yeah, it's one of
cyberspace.
it's one of those things. Yeah.
It is interesting.
But I don't know. Those are kind of what I'm working
Could
with.
try out those Dave the Diver DLCs.
I could. I was thinking about that.
How does that run on Steam Deck?
Great.
Yeah?
David
I would
Diver runs
imagine
really,
that's
really
like a
well.
good one.
Yeah, the mermaid town was the only thing that it started chugging on. I have no idea why. Every other part was flawless.
Oh, so you actually played it in your original playthrough on that, or did you just try
Yeah.
it out?
No, I
Oh,
did.
you did?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That came out before your baby, though.
It did.
Oh, you just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
played that and I played Dredge. Dredge was the one that like really was like, oh man, this Steam Deck is great.
That's right.
That's
that was like
when-
one of the first ones.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
when Merlin was sick. So I would just be
Yep.
locked in the room with him.
Yep.
And then Dave the Diver was more of like a. To be fair, Dave the Diver was like, man, I'm really playing a lot of Dave the Diver. Like I kind of feel guilty not being with Chelsea, but I want to play more Dave the Diver.
Oh, right.
So that's just like she's playing her game and I'm playing my game, but we're on the couch together, so it
Nice.
counts type of thing.
There you go.
I played like 60 hours in that game, man. That was a
Yeah?
long time. Yeah.
You loved that game. That
Yeah.
was game of the year
It
contender.
makes me worried though, because I mean, it's like why don't go back to Animal Crossing, right?
I
Like,
know.
I'm sure it would take me 2 seconds to jump right back in, but I don't know.
Well, you have an excuse now. You could add it to the rotation at least. in your-
Moonlighter is another one that I wanted to get back into because Moonlighter 2 is coming out.
Okay.
That one is you go and you like fight monsters and collect their body parts.
Gross.
And it's like kind of top down 2D whatever. And then you go and you sell them in your store.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a what's it called? Sim game.
It's
Store
half
sim.
and half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
half
it's
and
like
half.
half of it's going out and collecting things and making things and stuff, and the other half is selling them and kind of playing the market.
I like that.
I like it. It's fun.
Well,
Yeah.
I probably don't like that, but you like that.
I do like that.
I do need to try one of those like your store owner games. They never like intrigued me, but maybe I would like that.
They just came out with an update for
Tell me.
the TCG
Okay.
simulator.
I wouldn't like
now
that
you
game.
can decorate your store.
Did they take any of your? I know you emailed them.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
I'm sure
they
I
didn't-
wasn't
they
the only people that were. Or
I know,
only
but
person that was
what,
like,
if, what if like
maybe I don't
they
know.
added like a shoplifter or something?
I mean, they've added certain features that I included in my list of things that I'd love to see, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that was preordained. You know,
Oh yeah, probably, but
Yeah.
you can take credit for it.
sure, yeah, okay,
In your head canon.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
There was that one game that just came out. It's not a shop owner game, I don't think. It's more of like a gardening game, but it was like
Kind of, yeah,
the Stanley Parable guy
Yep.
made that.
yeah.
Did that do well? Is that doing well?
81.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's around there. I
Yeah.
was looking up on some stuff because that was actually in the docket of like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe this will run.
Yeah.
And people were saying it was just very cumbersome.
Mm.
Which again, I have not played it, so take it with a grain of salt.
Stanley Parable was great.
Yeah.
So I thought that was going to be like super wild and
People like this, like the story wise, and like the thing that I keep reading is like, hey, I can't say anything because I don't want to ruin anything.
yeah.
So the gameplay
Yeah.
mechanics, it's like, yeah, this is kind of
Maybe you should give that a go. That might be fun.
Maybe, yeah. Look, anything
be
on
a Steam Deck.
Steam Deck's the main thing, yeah. Although,
but you might not.
know that UFO 50 game that came out last year?
Yeah.
That runs on that SP, which is amazing.
People love that game.
Yeah.
People were loving that game.
I can literally port that to
it's a game full of games.
my SP, and I have 50 like retro games that are modern games
smart.
on there. Yeah,
smart, very smart.
Yeah.
Well, let me know how it goes. When do you leave for Florida?
Second week of April, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Nice.
like now I'm like my anxiety's already there with the whole flying thing, but obviously we're traveling with a kid.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, well, I don't, and I'm all about perception, so I don't want to like pull my console out while we're flying if like Penny's kind of, I don't be like the husband that's like playing video games while the wife's taking care of the kid type of thing. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it might not be a plain.
Yeah. Well, that's why
activity.
that's why like part of me is like, maybe I just bring my Kindle and just read the whole time.
I was just going to ask, would you feel like, would your perception be better if you were reading? It's the same thing.
Probably.
I know.
Probably. Yeah.
That's a little biased.
I completely agree.
I hate biased towards gamers.
I hate it. That's why whenever my parents were always like, "Hey, you play too many video games," I'm like, "You guys are literally sitting in front of the television all night."
Yeah.
Now, granted, I love my parents. They work. They are entitled to do whatever.
Yeah.
But at least I'm like doing stuff,
solving puzzles.
Yeah.
Saving the world potentially.
Yeah.
Something.
The Russians were encroaching.
Russians were encroaching. The Jafar was a problem.
Well, that was pre or post, I guess. So like it was maybe around Portal time, so like puzzles.
Portal?
Yeah.
Portal 2?
Like Xbox 360.
Oh, that's when they were telling you playing too many games?
That's when I was kind of at the height of my gaming
The
career.
Covenant's out of hand.
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't the Covenant. I was too busy making. Well, it was Halo, but I was making things in Forge.
All right.
They didn't care.
They were right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Forge, man. Man, remember when Halo was good?
I thought the last Halo was actually good. Like it felt fine. Yeah.
Or Diamond in it. I'll tell you that. That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a little factorooski for you audience members out there.
Maybe they can. Did they take it away from us? They might have.
No, that's engraved in history.
Maybe. Well, yeah, but whatever season, we're definitely not. And then I hope
season 1, Halo Infinite, Tyler DeFazio and John Perez are Diamond players.
Let's just throw our names out like that. But I hope that is somewhere. Like you could go in that game and just like see it from season 1. You can't in Valorant. Right?
I wish. So, yeah. We should boot it up just to see.
Part of me wants to, but part of me is like, if we boot it up,
we
know. So it's like Schrodinger's Diamond.
Schrodinger's Diamond.
Yeah.
I heard about that one.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. But we are. We were.
We'll download it.
We are Diamond Halo players.
We have to finish Monster Hunter. Well, we have to finish Split Fiction. That'll be tonight. And then we have to finish Monster Hunter.
Monster is not next on my list, dude. I am living in Bohemia, and I am living it up.
That's fine.
I'm having a great time.
Fine. That's all you need to do.
I'm defeating bandits.
Yeah.
I'm saving the world.
Uh-huh.
Not the world, the country.
Yeah.
It's actually very political, so depending on what side you're on, I'm a bad guy or a good guy.
Yeah.
It's there's you talk about like Avowed being very dense.
Yep.
I wouldn't say maybe this is as dense, but it's like you have to know what happened in the first game or you're going to be absolutely lost.
Yeah, but it kind of works. I don't know. Like Avowed isn't bad. It's just like I don't care.
What works?
With
KCD 2?
KCD, thank you. I'm like, dude, I always want to say Domination. It's not. It's Deliverance 2.
Why Domination?
I don't know.
Kingdom Come Domination, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know why. But Deliverance 2, the whole point of that is like you kind of have to pay attention because the entire game forces you to pay attention to like everything. Mm-hmm. Where Avowed, it's like you don't have to really care about anything. You can just go shoot things and go exploring and getting treasure, and like that's enough for me. But like it kind of trivializes a lot of like the story unless you want to like be invested in the story.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of, I don't know, for you story buffs out there, like you like really like the characters and different things like that. Like
yeah. Well, this is historical too, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're a history buff, you might find this
that's
really
fair.
cool too,
Yeah,
right?
That's
so there's that piece of it.
Are you more inclined to do Yakuza than Avowed then?
I was going to do Yakuza, and then it's like not reviewing super well. Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
I enjoyed the
spend the money on
demo
that.
a lot.
What's that?
I enjoyed the demo a lot.
Yeah.
I bought it. Like I have it.
Oh, are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Well, you have to.
have
that was
to.
one of your resolutions this year.
That's why I haven't
Big
started
mistake.
it, because it's like I did like the little intro thing. 'Cause like, in my mind, I feel like I can get an hour in.
Yeah.
And it's like a dip my toe in, see if I like it, and then
Steamrolls.
Yeah. My thing is like I don't want it to be like Avowed. I'm too far in. I completed the whole first mat. I have to finish it.
Got 100%.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not 100% in that game.
I was just kidding.
So here's the problem though.
Uh-oh.
I 100% would if they gave any indication. Hey, here's this many chests in here. Here's this area. They don't do any of that.
Nope. Big mistake.
For better or worse.
No, it's a fatal flaw.
Well,
I think if you ran a study that was like, if you showcase progression, people would be more likely to 100% your games.
That's how I was with Wildlands and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, both Ubisoft games.
Yep.
No one does it better than that.
No one does it better.
I get a gold, literally a gold smoky thing comes up that says area like 100% complete, and I'm just like, oh, it feels so good.
Maybe
Let's move on
Guild
to the
Wars.
next one.
Guild Wars was very satisfying.
Guild Wars is good too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Astrobot was great.
Yeah.
You got your little flag, and then you got your gold flag.
Yeah. All the Mario
planets.
games, stuff like that.
All Mario games.
Yeah.
Spyro.
Yep.
The dragon.
Yes. For those who
Not to be confused with the other guy.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Spyro speedrunning.
Yeah.
I told you about this. The first game is great for speed. It might be one of my favorite speedruns to watch because it strikes this perfect balance of most of it is how it's intended to be played, more or less. Like, yeah, you're doing some glitches through walls and stuff, but like you're going to every level, you're collecting every gem. You know, if you're doing the 120% category, you're going from like start to finish, right? There's no way to skip the balloons. There's no way to so you got to, collect everything.
Yeah.
So it's really fun in that it's kind of like just who is the best at Spyro. Whereas like a lot of other games are, we do this super like for example, it's a perfect comparison is Spyro 2. You skip every level and get to the end of the game through a bunch of exploits to get to Dragon Shores to get the unlimited fire boost and then go back to the beginning and just crush everything.
I gotcha.
So that it's not like the intended way to play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which is totally fine. That's a totally valid way to play, but I like it better where it's like, they're breaking the game kind of, but we're still within the constraints of like what I know as a kid.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, look how fast they're doing. It's like more impressive to me in a way.
Right. It's like the perfect, like it's if you were a kid, it's like this is the, I don't know, perfect execution of what you were doing as a kid, not, I
more
found
or
a
less.
glitch or
Again,
something.
there's some things that are, if you saw it as a kid, you'd be like, what the balls?
Yeah. But as a kid, if you knew it, you'd do it all the time. Like, you know what I
mean? but there's like, so for example, do you remember Toasty in the first boss? There is an exploit you can do with the dogs. So if the dogs are flamed while they're trying to body slam you, they get higher. And if you run away far enough while they're in that elevated state, the game registers them as being off the map and they instantly explode and give you the gem.
Okay.
So normally the dogs take 2 flames to destroy.
Yeah.
But in that instance, not only does it take 1 flame, it also the gem homes in on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, how is that faster than flaming them twice?
If enemies fall off the map, that you just automatically collect the gem, which is so getting the gem to home in on you, right? So when you charge someone in that game, that gem jumps to you.
Yeah.
So there's a mechanic in that game called flame charging where you're charging and flaming at the same time, where you have to flame the big enemies, but since you're charging at the same time and like kind of jumping in the air, the gem homes. Gotcha. So it's like a core mechanic to like executing that, because like over the course of the run, you're saving so much time not having to wait for that gem to pop in the air and get it. It's crazy. It's really cool. I've had a lot.
I really need to go back and play 3. Because I 100% in 1 and 2, and the third, it's like, I get it, but the third one's just like...
It seems worse.
Yeah. I have it on the SP.
You should play it.
Yeah. No, I got to play it on the collection if I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you're right. I think it might just be nostalgia, but I just feel like the third one's markedly worse. Not bad, but like...
I appreciate 2. I liked 2, but I personally liked 1 more, and that is nostalgia, Like, it's just like, I get it.
I think I like 2 more because 1 is like pure Spyro. Like it's just levels and like you're very alone. Like it's just you.
Yep.
There's like hardly any dialogue. Like the dragons will tell you some stuff, but to me, like one is like pure. Like even in the naming of the levels, right? It's like Dark Hollow. You know, what are the other? Dry Canyon.
Yeah.
Ice Caverns. Right.
Yep.
It's like this is just like. It's just like you're naming the level what it is.
It's what it is.
Night Flight.
Yeah.
Icy Flight.
You do it at night.
So, but 2 feels like a fully realized world where it's like, oh, Summer Forest and Colossus and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and what I really like about 2 is like you have the denizens of each world and they like have their own thing going on. Like there's the hockey rink in one of them. And I love, my favorite is when they start talking about other worlds. Like, oh, I'm going to vacation in whatever next week. And I'm going to Ocean Speedway to see the match. I don't know. I like that little lore, just a little taste.
You think we ever get a 4?
No.
Actually, I think
Crash didn't do well enough. I don't think if I read
they're
that
coming
correctly.
out with another Crash. I think.
I
thought they were.
Maybe it was Crash did better when they did the Insane trilogy or whatever. They did the remastered.
Maybe.
Like Reignited didn't do well enough to greenlight a 4. We don't need a 4. Spyro's good, man.
Well, they had other Spyro games, so maybe they count those as 4.
No, probably not. Those games were bad.
Yeah.
I remember I got one of them on PS2, like the Eternal Night or something.
Yeah.
It was like Edgelord Spyro, and I'm like, what the fuck
like the
is
shadow
this?
of the
Yeah, it's so
Sonic
weird.
or whatever.
Yeah. And then they had the whole Skylander saga, which was an abomination.
Yeah, but it made a lot of money.
They made a lot.
Yeah.
Half of that was from me. I always tell that story. Me and Nate went out one night. We're like, dude, we're going to get so into Skylander. We bought like $200 worth of Skylanders.
That's too many Skylanders.
Played it for like 30 minutes, went to bed, and he returned them all the next day.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Sure.
It was fun, though.
Yeah.
Gathering them all was the funnest part. Because
Yeah.
we were like, Toys R Us, we're like, oh, dude, they got this guy.
Yep.
And then GameStop would have that guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We took them for a long time.
I like the concept. The concept was there with that kind of stuff where it's like you're collecting figures and then
Toys
you can
to
use them in
life,
the game.
man.
Yeah, Toys to
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
I just got rid of all my Star Wars ones.
I was gonna say they had the Star Wars game.
Yep.
Yeah, and they had the Disney one. And
Well, that's the same thing. The Star Wars
really?
were part of Disney. Yeah.
that's because Disney acquired
Yeah,
Star Wars.
yeah.
And they own everything.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways, you got anything else?
I don't think so. I think
All right,
that's
good.
it. I just
I think we enlightened people.
we did something. Yeah.
All right. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Check us out, couchcompany.games. We've got a fully fleshed out website.
Yeah. We did.
Very nice. Courtesy of Sir Wolvengard.
Man, you're just throwing out my name like that?
Okay, well, look, if I can't see your real name and I can't see your screen, like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Courtesy of my
John Smith.
podcast partner,
Yeah.
allegedly. It has everything on there. Top 5s, reviews, some articles, if you like to read, all of our podcasts. But we are going to be here, same time, same place next week. Thanks for joining us on the couch. Peace.